the tour of Sri Lanka is a challenging one for us from a physical perspective, because the conditions are so foreign to what we face normally in Australia. Fortunately, most of our players have played in the subcontinent and sort of experienced that. The main differences are that it's quite hot in Sri Lanka, particularly this time of the year. I've lived in Sri Lanka for over 7 years, and I know how hot and it can be. They don't really have a winter. It's either hot or really hot, and it's very humid. So, dehydration is one of the main concerns that we have when we go to the subcontinent, particularly this time of the year. So we put a lot of strategies in place to try to prevent players suffering from dehydration, because it can affect performance and it can result in injuries. So players are all educated on hydration methods. We use a whole different range of techniques on people. We test their urine to see how hydrated they are on a daily basis, and from that we manage to individualise each person's what they drink and how much they drink and what types of drinks they have. So we have a whole range of different things, ranging from water through to drinks with a lot of salts in them, and other drinks that have carbohydrates in them to give them energy. So depending on the person's situation, we give them individual drinks to manage that. So that's one thing that's really important. The tour is quite long, and there isn't many breaks in it. So players who are in every form of the game, we need to look at managing their workloads. In particular, we have 3 tests that are pretty much back to back. So it's only 3-day breaks between 3 tests. That's something that we're not really used to. We normally play 2 tests and have a break, and then have a week break and then play the next game. So that's something we need to manage, particularly with the bowlers, and particularly in that part of the world where a lot of the times the games might go for 5 days and the bowlers have bowled a lot of overs, and that could result in injury. So we have to really closely monitor their workloads leading into the games and in between games, and just see how we manage our players. So that's something that's really important. Apart from that, most of the other things don't change from between Australia and the conditions we're used to and the conditions we're going to face over there. We just need to overall make sure that our players, now they're coming off a break, and we've identified that as a period where you can get injuries. So players go from no training to a little bit of training to strenuous training, then transitioning into games. So those transitions can be dangerous periods, and we know that from all our statistics and research that we have in the past. So we have to just make sure that we manage that process of playing games and how many games they play really well. Whether we're in Australia or whether we're overseas, we're a mobile team, so we take everything with us. So I carry 15 bags by myself, so we pretty much take everything that we think we're going to need, and we're very self-sufficient. We have a good team that helps me, and we all work together. There's myself, there's a doctor, there's a massage therapist, there's a strength and conditioning coach. So we have a pretty good team of people who can help manage all that process. But we pretty much take everything over that we think we will need the whole time. We're ranging from strapping tapes. The doctor takes the medications. I take strapping tapes. We take massage tables. We take rehab equipment. So we have 1 or 2 bags that has little bits of weights and things that we can do to manage all our rehab programs. And we have a team room when we get over there, which is an area that's available to us. And we just set ourselves, as soon as we get there, we set ourselves up as though that's our home, and we set up our rehab stuff there, and players can come in and do their rehab, do their treatments in there, and we just try to make ourselves at home as much as possible. But that's no different whether we go to Sri Lanka or whether we're touring around Australia. Obviously in Australia things are a little bit easier for us because we know we have access to local doctors and surgeons and specialists and things like that. But like I said, I've lived in Sri Lanka for a period of time, so I know where to access those services anyway.